First is just full credit to the players. After the last match, we were certainly pleased with the push that we made when we were behind, but there were still things in that match that we felt were not indicative of what we're all about, and the players felt strongly about that, and I think you could see the response of the team from the beginning tonight.
The team as a whole, we put pressure on them, we put them on their heels early, and I think that was key tonight for everybody. And I think, we had a couple guys who were getting at them in the midfield with Pablo and Mike doing the dirty work, and when we do that as a whole, we're going to be successful. So I think tonight, we showed a good effort off the rebound from El Salvador. I mean, everybody was tired. I think, myself, I haven't, I hadn't had a chance to get a game in a little while, but I think my teammates did a great job in pushing me and helping me get through the end. And like I said, as a whole, we kept it tight in the back and we kept it 0, and most importantly got 3 points.
This was a good camp for Josie. He's a player that we have known for a while. It's going to be a big part of our team going forward. But things need to be earned. Things need to come at the right time. The lessons that he's learning not only when he comes into the national team, but lessons that he learns in Europe these days, where maybe fighting his way into the team is hard. But you see a maturity in terms of dealing with those things. I think he's started to establish himself just better in the group in all ways. I see little things on the field in terms of concentration and reactions when the ball turns over. Coaches see a lot. Tonight, there were a couple of times where Josie lost balls that maybe he shouldn't have, but in almost every case, his reaction upon losing the ball to go after the guy on the other team and make sure that play didn't develop, that's something that maybe at some point he wouldn't have done as much. So it's been a good camp. When he came on in the last game, I thought it helped us, and so tonight we thought about some ways to give our team a little bit of a different look from the start.
And anywhere you go, I think you have to learn it, you have to earn it from day one. And it's a tough lesson, I think, for a lot of young players to learn, including myself. And I think I'm finally understanding, what's needed to be successful there. And it's going to be a process. It's a work in progress. It's not going to happen overnight. But I feel like, at my club team that I'm doing what I can to try and get in there. But most importantly, I think I still have a long ways to go, and hopefully I can keep improving. Well, that's Landon for you. He's the type of guy that, he's very unselfish when he's in front of goal, and he's a guy that has, he can have very good vision, when he's on. And I think tonight, he gave me a couple of great passes, and like I said, I think all the goals were a team effort. If you look at the build-up, the passing that leads up to it, I think everybody, we all moved together in right positions. We played 1-2 touch when we had to, and we were successful when it came to finishing the goal. So I think it's more as a whole, and looking at how we develop the goals.
Carlos Edwards is a good player, and we think one of the most important players on Trinidad. We had talked to DeMarcus in the last year or so about starting to think about using him as a left back at times. I think we used him in the last round in the second half of a game against Cuba, and then the other day we made a move and used him there. The fact that we had a week of the week of training this time round, we used that week to just make sure that he was comfortable with the role. And I give DeMarcus a lot of credit because we've challenged him with this. He's responded really well. And tonight I think he showed that's a place where he can help us as well as his play in the midfield.
First and foremost, the coaches, at halftime made a point to, when the ball's out wide, to look to put it back on the D, and I just tried it one time, and Landon played me a great ball, and I was in the box, and I took a chance, and it went good for me. But like I said, I think if you look at the play and you watch the movement in the box and the runs made by Chingy and Clint Dempsey, it opened up the space at the top of the D, and Landon, he had very good vision on that play, played me a good ball, and from there on, I just tried to take a chance, and it worked out for me.
We're continuing to work to improve. We always see the things that we think are going in the right direction. We're very honest on the inside about areas that need to improve. One of the great challenges with any national team is establishing enough of a foundation that even when you're not together for a period, you come back and you start right up where you left off. And we left Columbus feeling very good about a hard-fought, I think, very good team effort. We came back here, and that doesn't matter anymore. All right, you've got to understand that when you go to San Salvador, you know what the game will be like. You know what you're up against, and now, regardless of whether you beat El Salvador in the Gold Cup 4-0 or not, it doesn't matter. All right, what matters now is can you establish yourselves on that night and understand what the game's going to be like. So this mentality that is a combination of everything. It's how it's the structure in terms of how we play. It's the mentality of each player. It's not having 5 guys do the work for the whole team. And Josie mentioned earlier, it works better when everybody works for each other. And when that is the mentality within the group. We still, in terms of the timing and execution at times of some of our passes, I think that's an area where we have to continue to improve. There's times when, there's a reason to take people on. I mean, look, Josie, the second goal, he's in the box and now he's faced up to a defender. That's a great opportunity. But in other moments, we can play simpler and faster, and we don't always do that. So there's plenty to work on. But I think that the most important thing is that the group as a whole, the leadership, continues to push everybody. We start to understand how we work together, the trust factor every time we come together. So a lot of pluses. Going and playing now the game in Costa Rica is an extra challenge because it's a very difficult place to play. Their fans are amazing. So we will begin talking later tonight because everyone will go their separate ways, and we'll make sure that they understand that when we come back together, how important it is to pick up on where we left off tonight. I think the stadium's great, and Josie should comment when I finish, but the playing surface is one of the best ones that we've played on in this country. The grass is very good, the ball moves quickly, so from that standpoint, I think all the players, when we arrived for the training yesterday, right off the bat were very excited at what they saw. And we told them it would look good, but I think when they saw it for themselves, they were pretty excited. And it's a great crowd. There's nothing more important when we play a tough game on the road in qualifying, to come home and walk into that stadium and feel that our fans are there. We see our colors, we feel the excitement, the passion, the support. It makes an amazing difference to the players, and it's a credit to not only the people from Nashville and from Tennessee, but I met a bunch of people today as I took a little walk, and I met a few guys from Flint, Michigan, Louisville, so people were coming from all over the place, and that's the kind of fans that we have.
Josie?
Yeah, I mean, I think what Coach Bob said is exactly right, but I think most importantly, the support that came out tonight. I think, when we play these tough games, here against CONCACAF teams, it's not easy. I mean, people may think, we're supposed to slaughter them, but it's not easy at all. They're very compact and they're organized. And it's difficult to break them down, but I think when you have a crowd like that cheering you on for the whole 90 minutes, it's a big factor. And it showed tonight. It's an extra man. It helps you. It gives you more energy, and I think it definitely helped us tonight.